point in time. Yeah. I mean, you get like burim, you get like an attachment of a piece of that soul to help us, and we need help all the time. This world is not simple. It's not easy, even with all the tools, right? I don't know how other people do it, but even on Shabbat, right? There's 7 readings, right? Avraham all the way to David the Melech. So everything is an energetic system where we are creating a circuit of energy. We are, igniting, all these, beautiful sfirot within us, because that's our job, is to come in touch with the tree of life that's within us, so that when we go out to the world, people can feel that, and people come to us to connect, right? To find connection. So I'll read the Aramaic first, and then I'll read the English. This is like a juicy part, but okay. I mentioned this before, but this is the actual story. It says like this: Tachazi, Be'ahu Laila de'alat Le'a legabei de Yaakov, ve'ahavat lei inun simanin de'ahav Yaakov lerachel, salik bereutei de'ihu Rachel, ve'shimesh shimusha ba, ve'ahi tipa kadmita de Yaakov hava, dichtiv kochi ve'reshit oni, וסבר דאיהי רחל. קודשא בריחו, דאיהו גלי המקטע ומסתרתה, וידע מה בחשוכה, סליקה הוא ראותה לאתרי, ובחירותה דראובן. הסתלק ליוסף. מה היא טעמה? משום דהה דרחל הווה, ההיא טיפה קדמתה, דנפקת מיעקב, ובגין דהבת דילה, ההוא בחירותה ממש דראובן, ירית יוסף ורחל, ירתה להוא דילה. Right for the English?
Yeah. All right, brace yourselves, everybody.
Okay. So, come and see. On the night Leah came to Jacob, she gave him the tokens he gave Rachel. Remember we spoke about the signs? Lest her father should replace her with another. When Rachel saw that his father gives Leah in her place, and that she does not know of the token and might be put to shame, she gave her the tokens. Okay, so I'm just going to pause for a second. So Rachel, remember, this is the man she loved. We can't take it literally, but still, we got to just tap into it for a moment, just to imagine that this is the man she loves, and she ends up not having him at that time yet. And she saw that her sister was going to be embarrassed because nobody really knew what was going on. Her father was a manipulator, and his name was Lavan. And she didn't want her sister to be embarrassed. She didn't want that shame to happen. So she gave her the signs, right? The tokens, it says. He thought he was with Rachel. It's talking about the first night that they're together. When he had intercourse with her, it was his first drop, as is written, my might and the beginning of my strength. And he thought it was Rachel. The Holy One, blessed be He, who reveals depths and mysteries, who knows what lies in the dark, brought up the desire to its place. And the birthright was gone from Reuven and given to Joseph. Why? Because the first drop that came from Jacob belonged to Rachel, since the actual birthright of Reuven belonged to her. Joseph inherited it, and Rachel came into her own inheritance. So did we understand that? Mm-hmm. Because his intention was, I am with Rachel, when he had intercourse with her. That intention, and that's really a lesson for us, that we could be doing the wrong thing, but we think in our intention and heart is actually in the right place, the energy goes through. Mm-hmm. So because he had his intention with Rachel, it says that the birthright and the righteousness and all that went to Joseph the righteous, who was really Rachel's son, not Reuven, because we know that Leah gave birth to 6 of the sons. So it switched in the upper worlds because his intention and his purity and his mind and heart was with Rachel. So it's a this is so annoying, I'm so sorry. but it's like stuck. Yeah, it's a lesson for us that intention is really important. It's really important. And if you think about what is Kabbalah, it's consciousness is everything, the Rav said, right? Like where our consciousness is where we are. So you could be anywhere around the world, and you desire to be connected. Andy told me today that she went through something and she was really begging to never lose her consciousness and to never lose her connection. And I think that's really what it's about. When we ask, we receive. If we really mean it with our entire being, we receive. I definitely asked for that when I was going through, the 2 years of loss of my late husband, where I was feeling very lost and very, disconnected to a degree. Like I was going through the motions, but I felt like I have no idea where I'm going, where my life is going. And sometimes we have to go through that. Sometimes we have to go through that to come back and to, connect in a stronger way, and we need to hang tight sometimes when things are a little confusing, when we feel disappointed. The center went through a lot of different, people, teachers, right, came and left, and we never know. But our connection, all of you are here, how many years? 20 years at least, or maybe a little less. But a lot of you are here 20 years. And your connection is your connection. Everybody has their relationship with the Creator, and everything else is tools, the teachers, the center, the Zohar, the meditations, the practices. It's for us to really develop a stronger relationship with that part of ourselves, the unique part that we have in us that is our unique light, and we want to stay, with that part always connected to the bigger light, to the Creator Himself, and nobody can do that for us. We can have a teacher, we can have Zohar, we can do everything. The Rav said it in one of the videos that we show on Shabbat in the 6th reading. He said a person can come here for 40 years and not make the connection. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a lesson all the time, and we need to hear it all the time. It's not enough to even, like tomorrow we need to do something else to remember again, or we need to, pause and, I don't know, do our own practices, or learn something, or listen to an old, maybe study, and to stay in the flow of that consciousness. It's a precious thing to have, this consciousness, really. And I really feel honored to be here, really, truly. Like, thank you for pressuring me and like, can you commit? Can you commit? And I'm like, okay, how do I commit for like 5 months from now? I don't know where I'm going to be, but I said to myself, why can't I commit?
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to create it, right? So everything worked out, and it happens to be that, oh my God, like, we need to be in LA, and I'm like, oh my God, I committed to this, and like all the things, with my brother having a baby, the grandson, so many things were like, and I was just like, kind of like, you know what, everything's going to just fall into place the way it's supposed to. And I got sick when all the miracles happened right before I have to get here.
We're so grateful you're here.